A Success Guide. Chapter 1. A Success Essay. A Success Essay. I'll tell you what success is right now, then you can decide where you stand between yourself alone versus wanting to be a somebody in the outside world. There are 3 dimensions. You alone in your own purity. The world around you called society and the matrix. A spiritual realm, a connection to a divine force which some people think humans are a part of, as in having souls that continue on after physical death. Enlightened people always come to the same thing. I am me alone, a loner with my own purity or true nature. Only 2 things can screw me. Not living by my true nature, not being natural, not using my natural gifts in a positive way. Not getting enough money or resources to survive, as in getting food, clothing, shelter, etc. For the truly enlightened, even romantic love is bad if it means taming down who you really are to please someone else. Money or fame don't matter. It's about how you feel inside. The only way you feel good is by following your true nature, releasing that natural energy inside of you. Somebody said, I feel best when I'm doing work that I like. This is why laziness or the hedonistic frivolous lifestyle doesn't work. Self-contempt should come to people who don't do much of anything but eat, sleep, get high, etc. In fairness though, over my lifetime I've met plenty of people who don't do much of anything and it doesn't bother them. As long as they can get some food, booze, TV, video games, and entertainment, they're fine in a frivolous, meaningless existence. Watch some of those reality TV shows. The players seem to be happy not doing much beyond trying to be cool, fashionable and fabulous. Discover your true nature, figure out how to do something useful with it to earn money. Beyond that, if you can't be loving to the world, be neutral. Don't start trouble. Don't be destructive. The spiritual realm says love is the purpose of this life, to be loving. It's hard to be loving, but that's a discussion for another place. The Bible says we have evil hearts. We have to constantly fight our selfishness, greed, anger, jealousy, lust, sloth, gluttony, pride, etc. Success is a positive state of mind that inspires a person to work hard at something they love to do. It's spiritual. You have to feel like you're on a mission from God. In the purest sense, success is easy. I am who I am in my purity and true nature, away from everything I was ever brainwashed by ever since I had my first conscious thought. First you have to figure out who you are away from everything you ever brainwashed by, then have the courage to live by it day after day and figure out how to earn a living from it by being useful to other people. The real problem is that most people are mundane by nature. They never felt a strong sense of self. They always went along with whatever was going on around them. Some people do not have a strong sense of natural intensity and inspiration within themselves. They say some people are born depressed. I don't buy into that. I believe you create your life as you live it. I always had a naturally happy, active disposition. I get my worth from what I do day by day. I don't believe in personality tests. I took the Minnesota Multiphasic Personality Test/MMPI recently. Why let phony experts define you? You stay active until you die doing what you want within your budget. I give my cat total freedom by giving her an open window. She's happiest when she's outside ruining around at night. She could choose to lay around and eat free food all night long, but she prefers to be active because it's who she is naturally. Releasing that energy makes her feel good. That's the secret to life. Release your natural energy with love and gusto for the process. The 38 volumes are as follows. Suppose you have $1 billion. You buy 3 mansions, a yacht, and 5 cars. Now what do you do to feel inspirited, inspired, for the rest of your life? You can go the way of gluttony and excess, or try to follow your soul regardless of monetary worth. It's the same old Goethe's Faustian story played out over and over again. People get a lot of money or power, then they waste their lives on trivial pursuits. You never hear about rich alcoholics and addicts, but they're everywhere. You live in a mansion, you sit in a room and get drunk every night. Is that supposed to be the American dream? A lot of the capitalist success stuff is meaningless psychobabble hype to me, because success or happiness is the state of being inside of me all the time. My inner voice or true nature given by God tells me to do this or that in releasing my natural energy, and I do it. Because of this process of releasing my natural energy to reach an inner standard within myself almost every day except for rest days, I feel pretty good most of the time. Success is figuring out how to feel good most of the time without being brainwashed by what the world calls success. The Bible says, "What good is it for a man to gain the whole world but lose his soul?" Matthew 16:26. For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the powers of this dark world, and against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realms. Ephesians 6:12. If you think you're just flesh and your business is to make as much money as possible to buy stuff, comfort, fame, status, popularity, fair weather friends, and maybe longevity, firstly, the real business of feeling good is to do what you feel in your soul that's good all the time. Secondly, there is disharmony, a deep empty feeling when you're not following your soul unless you're a total psychopath cut off from yourself. Thirdly, what if there is some judgment day in front of a creator after you die and you're a spirit? I've listened to at least 1,000 near-death experiences both on YouTube and at ians.org. There is a possibility that your spirit leaves your body when you die and you go somewhere, still alive in another form. Your soul is your sense of goodness, peace, and ease. Even if you're an evil scumbag, somewhere deep inside it doesn't feel good if you're stealing and hurting people and animals trying to get money and power. To me, all so-called self-help gurus and life coaches are con artists or delusional idiots, because life is simple for enlightened people. Enlightenment is the point where you realize the world is full of crap next to what you have within yourself given to you by your God at birth. We're all loners living alone. Everybody's life is lived alone. You will never get close to another human being all the time like the soulmate connection portrayed in love movies. Relationships go around and around in a circle, or like the ebb and flow of a tide. Nobody really knows what anyone else is thinking. We're universes apart in the privacy of our minds. My point is that life is lived alone. Once you know the world is full of crap and your natural ideas are as good as anything any human can come up with, you simply discover your true nature and live by releasing that natural energy inside of yourself. That's the only key to happiness. Money or power can't give it to you because they're outside of yourself. Love is only the icing to the cake of a good life. You have to earn feelings of self-respect and well-being within yourself through action, what you do, which I do. Then I shower love on my pets. To me, the love from pets is generally purer and greater than love from most people. The human race has so many lost souls that many buy into some of the self-help stuff out there, which is all garbage next to the simplest thing. Discover your soul, true nature, essence, or inner voice, then live by it by constantly releasing that natural energy within yourself. The self-help/life coach industries have lots of lying or lost soul gurus preaching less than pure wisdom. They make a lot of money at it, but it's not pure truth in life. There are a lot of weak lost souls out there who think they need something outside of themselves to give them motivation, drive, or purpose, but they all miss the boat by trying to apply those artificial values and stupid one-liners that the self-help gurus give them. Your life is one simple holistic essence, this feeling you carry around with you all the time. The highest anyone can go in life is to know their true nature and live by it by releasing the natural energy inside of themselves all the time. Beyond that, this book contains practical advice on money and business, but it's not as good as my hardcore money and business books. I spend a lot of time on success psychobabble to show you everything out there in this field, but the truth is that you are who you are in your true nature. All the success, wealth, self-help crap in the world can't help you every morning when you wake up. You're either naturally inspired or you're a generic mundane wimp. It's a quality of being that a few people have while most people are wage slaves in the matrix. Your soul or vision of life shouldn't be about money. It should be about doing interesting, fun, exhilarating things. The best life is someone who has the desire to do certain things for the joy of the process and earns a good living from it. But if you have to be a wage slave constantly focused on money, I'm here to tell you there is a better life beyond that, where you're free to do what you want and have a spark for life to do things for the euphoric feeling you get out of them. I call it living by my true nature or natural inspiration. The problem is that most people sell their souls, spark for life, for money, status, material junk, etc. You live alone in your head. The successful person is the one doing what they want all the time. Screw the world with its lies and illusions of what happiness is. Success is feel good about your life, feeling comfortable in your own skin. Success self-help is a huge industry in America and around the world. The idea is that certain people called life coaches and motivational speakers at companies like FranklinCovey.com and TonyRobbins.com have advanced profound knowledge about getting rich, being successful, happy, and joyful, but it's all a lie that stupid, naive, desperate people fall for, paying these alleged self-help gurus lots of money to supposedly learn the secrets to being motivated, energetic, happy, dominant, superior, witty and alpha all the time. Know what's bullshit? Don't waste your time or money on it like every self-help program or motivational speaker ever. Your life is your essence or true nature. Everything beyond that exists for your entertainment, otherwise it's someone else's bullshit. There is some true objective knowledge out there like math, some of the hard sciences, law, how to build a house, etc. But all that crap they call the humanities, liberal arts, or the social sciences is about some asshole pretending they know more about human life than you. We're brainwashed to sit quietly and believe these assholes because they're called a teacher, professor, psychologist, witch doctor, therapist, self-help guru, etc. The enlightened person stands alone outside the matrix, listening to themselves only. As far as motivation or inspiration go, you either already have these qualities naturally and you constantly feel an inner voice to do whatever it is you feel within yourself, or you don't. You read some self-help BS, you exercise real hard, your body fills up with lactic acid, then you're sore. It's about doing hard stuff you love to do that's good for you day after day. It's not about watching some big goof self-guru spew off a bunch of bullshit. He leaves with your money, then you wake up tomorrow and nothing's changed. No one can light a fire up your butt but you. Unless you understand that, you'll be a loser. An enlightened free thinker who lives outside the matrix is wise enough to know the world is ruled by an evil empire. Listen to Jordan Maxwell, Jeff Rense, Renzi.com, or Alan Watt on YouTube. There is nothing you can do about this evil empire except get into trouble if you try to go against it, so your life is yours to enjoy and possibly feel some purpose given by God who created you. These one-dimensional self-help gurus are all the same to me. They come out with all kinds of garbage. They go around and around with lists or steps of things to do, but not one understands that your life is just you alone with your true nature or spirit. Discover it and live it. Screw the rest of the world with its bullshit. They all got their books, tapes, seminars, etc. where they BS you with minor stuff. The good ones finally tell you. Get some goals and work on them little by little, day by day. That's the best advice I've ever seen any of the capitalist self-help gurus ever give, but it's still minor mechanical bullshit. It's nice to have goals, but pursue them in a roundabout way of dancing and enjoying life as you go along, not like some asshole who says he takes cold showers and gets up early in the morning to run. That's what I saw some of these phony gurus say. You can read self-help books and listen to self-help stuff which is free on YouTube. Get the free YouTube to MP3 conversion software to listen to on your MP3 player and put a bunch of self-help notes up all over your house, but it won't matter for a rat's ass after 1 or 2 days. All that hype is gone every day when you wake up. You either have a natural disposition to get up to release a bunch of energy to feel good and ride life, or you're mundane. Don't feel bad. From my experience of people throughout my life, most tend towards natural mundanity, even though if you talk to them socially, virtually no one will ever admit it. People are massively brainwashed in school then at work so that they never really discover their true nature, therefore never really live naturally. They're living according to the capitalist matrix, which wants you to be envious of people who have more money, more stuff, status, and success within society, so that you will waste your life working for that stuff, when the big trick of being successful is to say to yourself, screw them all with all their bullshit. Figure out what you really like to do. What would you do if you were financially free and didn't have to bother with school or work? Either figure out a way to earn money by doing what you love to do anyway, but if you can't, figure out a way to work for the man or run a business such that you save enough money to live a comfortable life modestly for the rest of your life, then do it. You don't need a lot of material things to live a great life. You need a comfortable roof over your head, electricity, water, internet, maybe cable or TV, some stuff that you use regularly like clothes, electric components, food, and that's it. The rest of your life is in what you think and do and what loving people and pets you have with you. That's it. The bulk of feeling good is simply to do the th9 that you really like to do. A lot of people want to impress other people, especially guys impressing chicks. If you need a house and a car to get a chick and she doesn't love you for you but what you can do for her, check out my man's super book about red-pilled guys. If you're a boring person who has nothing you want to do besides work, then keep working. Plenty of people retire from work, have nothing to do, then wither away very quickly. You have a natural engine to run your life called your soul, but many people are either mundane in spirit or get bogged down with the brainwashing artificial values of the world, so they will never live like the free spirit I am, which I cover in another book. Be true to yourself. Be happy with who you are. Most people have one priority: money. I looked for ideas about making money and business success, then sifted through them to create several volumes of this book. In the spirit of money, materialism, and the American dream of being large and in charge, I created parts of this book for people who think the people on the old TV show The Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous were living lives that were the cock of the walk. In truth, if any person doesn't release the natural energy in their soul, they cannot be happy. I nor anyone can tell anyone else in the modern world that money, beyond having your basic needs covered for a functionally modest lifestyle, will not make you happy, because the brainwash is everywhere that more money leads to greater happiness and joy. Money is great to the point that it covers your bills for a modestly comfortable lifestyle and frees you to do the things you really want to do naturally that come from your soul, but from my experience of people in general, most are mundane. They're not naturally inspired to do things that make them feel great and live a great life. Take away school and work for most people, give them a bunch of money, and what happens? Some degenerate into drug or alcohol addiction. Some become food or shopping addicts. Some become couch potatoes, not doing much of anything beyond comfort and entertainment. The real question is, if you were totally free, would you have positive, naturally inspired things to do day after day that make you feel good about being alive? A lot of people have nothing beyond work, school, and a bit of TV/internet entertainment at night. You have to discover who you are naturally away from the brainwash of the world, then determine how much money you need to live that kind of lifestyle. Money for its own sake doesn't really add anything to the quality of life once you have everything you need for basic comfort. It often leads to excess, frivolity, evil behavior, and death. Loads of people would be alive now if they didn't have the money to spend on alcohol, drugs, and other cheap thrills. It's the old Dr. Faustus story. You change your passions, what you love to do naturally, for the cheap thrills of the world, and it always ends in tragedy. At the very least, money makes people lazy. You were born to move and do things, not to sit around wearing expensive clothes sipping cocktails. Only a few enlightened people know that the freedom to do what you want with your life is the greatest joy. Some people are so dull and mundane that they don't understand the idea of freely enjoying your time. They want to be famous or feel important in some matrix out there. This is why many people who have loads of money still go to work every day. They want to feel connected to the greater machine in some way. Meanwhile, I, as a free-spirited bohemian, think the greatest life is to do what I want all the time within reason, constrained by the modest amount of money I have, which is no big deal because the greatest joys are almost all free or near free, which is to release the natural energy in your soul, whatever it is, be it inspired, hedonistic, practical, loving, sexual. Most people don't get it and never will throughout their entire lives. I watch The Real Housewives and other reality shows to see what people are thinking past the glitter. Most are massively stuck on the idea that money, material things, and your idea of how rich or high status you think other people see you counts for a rat's ass for your happiness, but it doesn't. Happiness or sadness is how you feel about yourself as the result of what you do and what you think all the minutes of the day, day after day. Most people will never understand that more material things bring more problems, not to mention the waste and frivolity it creates. Even me with my modest life still has a roomful of stuff I never use. I don't need much. My life is in action, what I think and do all the time. Money by itself is not evil or bad. It can give you the comfort you want and allow you to help loved ones, animals, your idealistic causes, etc. The status it gives you is BS status. Anybody who muckles onto you or gives you respect because of your money is a vulture and / or a fair weather friend who doesn't love you. Money is not the root of all evil. The love of it is. Money is king. Most of us are constantly thinking about either making ends meet, how to get more money to buy more things, or how to get financial security to last us when we get old. I created a bunch of ideas here to help you make money, save it, invest and understand it, and how to get fired up for success if you're not really feeling it. When I was young, I just wanted to be me, to release my natural energy every day to an intense level to get a thrill and a high out of life. I got brainwashed by capitalist ambition and material success for a while, but I couldn't stay away from who I was, so I did what I wanted every day while living in modest surroundings. I had a modest house, a modest car, etc. Now that I'm old, nothing much has changed. I still live in a modest house. I live my life constantly trying to get a euphoric thrill out of it. You can't buy love. A sense of physical health and vitality. A sense of natural inspiration. We live in a matrix that makes us all dependent on money. It doesn't have to be this way. In a mythical society like Atlantis, the central government took care of everyone no matter what. We live in a wage slave system which is all about money. I've examined it all. There are 4 factors to capitalist success. The right idea at the right time that people will pay for. Luck. Knowledge of the nuts and bolts of business. The mental spiritual ability to stay inspired. The operative term to success in life as far as capitalism and religion go is to serve others. Give them what they want or need. If they don't know they need it yet, show them how it will help improve or simplify their lives. Don't be frivolous. Do something that helps people in some way. Find a need and fill it. Frivolity has its place, but it's a hit and miss thing. Nobody can really predict who will catch on as the next teen pop idol or what the next fad will be because of public fickleness and zeitgeist. The big-time marketers cannot manipulate 100% of the people 100% of the time. There is still an X factor, which is why a smart person who wants to get rich focuses on creating the next big thing like the PC, the cell phone, the driverless car, not the next toy or music act. The only guarantee to wealth in a capitalist world is to create a bona fide product that really helps people, not some BS like the latest I heard off the top of my head with that phony piece of exercise equipment that barely burns 200 calories an hour if a person has the patience to stand on it and turn his or her body for that long, from the TV show Shark Tank that I still see advertised, but it's a piece of junk because that's not exercise. You're barely doing anything. I see those herbal Viagra pills advertised which are junk. Sexual ability is directly related to how healthy you are. No pill in the world can make you horny. Viagra technically only increases blood flow. It doesn't make you horny in your head. The latest one I heard was a woman on the radio show at renzi.com saying these lights she has will help dramatically cause weight loss, which incidentally are the equivalent of being outdoors getting sunshine according to her. I agree with her about the power of sunlight, but you don't need lights. Just go for a walk every day and there is a lot more to being healthy and losing weight than simply light. She is selling them for a pretty hefty price, over $100 just for some lamp. What I'm saying is don't be a scam artist. Sell something that sincerely helps people in some way. From a real-life point of view, which is what my book A Free Spirit's Search for Enlightenment is about, it's not about trying to succeed in the matrix we live in that was created by others and brainwashed you. It's about knowing your true nature, then living to release that natural energy every day. It's two separate worlds vying for control of you. Capitalism, pop culture coolness, religion, materialism, etc. You alone with your own true nature. Materialism versus focusing on what you feel in your spirit. You can't serve two masters. You have to live in the world, but you don't have to let it control you. This book takes the capitalist success point of view. Some people are artists of something. It could be cooking, numbers, following stocks, building houses, gardening, etc. In their case it's easy, figure out a way to earn a living from it. Do it well enough that people will pay for it. What do you do now that you spend 5 or more hours a day at for free because you love it? That's what you gotta do to earn a living. Many people like to think they're an artist or a master at something, but most people are happy working average jobs, watching TV, and eating pizza. A lot of these people without strong, inspired cravings have nevertheless created great businesses when they fell into something that ignited some spark or sense of commitment within themselves. If you're average Joe without a strong sense of identity, go through the lists I provide in some of my books, look through your yellow pages and simply look in the want ads, take a job. If you don't like it, quit. Take 30 jobs if you must to get a feel for what you like, then think about what kind of business you could start in that field. Another way to do it is to be a delivery driver or taxi driver. It's the quickest way to learn what people are doing. Learn by watching everybody, then pick an idea and go with it. A guy I saw on TV was a car salesman. Only wealthy people buy new expensive cars. He kept seeing a bunch of young guys coming in, buying new cars. They were all in the mortgage business, so he got into it. That was before the real estate crash, but he made a nest egg in a few years. How do you get ideas to start a successful business? Look at new technologies and get on board right now. I know a cell phone millionaire who is not a smart guy but was smart enough to get into cell phones in the 1990s. All it took was that one idea. He wanted one, it was over $1,000, but everywhere he went, people asked him about his cell phone, so he simply found a dealer and started selling them for cheaper than the other guy. After a few years, he became one of the local cell phone experts. A big company offered him millions of dollars for his little shop. Every time I talk to him, I still get the idea that this guy is not an educated man in the aesthetic sense of the word. It's cigarettes, booze, and neighborhood gossip. There's nothing more there. Some people have dull minds, but all they need is one idea. The guy who started Amazon.com, Jeff Bezos, wasn't reinventing the wheel. He was selling books online. Now Amazon is the retail giant of the internet. He got a lot of upfront investment money, which most tech giants get. Chapter 2. The Real World. The Dale Carnegie Napoleon Hill School. How may I serve you? In order to get what you want, you must first help others get what they want. The way to success in life and business. Whatever you conceive, you can achieve. Back in the early days of the 20th century in 1935, Dale Carnegie, 1888 to 1955, hired Napoleon Hill to put together a course on how to be successful, which he did over the course of 20 years, which are summarized in his classic bestsellers Think Positive and Grow Rich, How to Win Friends and Influence People, Think and Grow Rich, etc. There was a very simple concept behind success and wealth according to the Carnegie method. People are afraid of making fools of themselves around other people, so you train for it by being the best public speaker and conversationalist you can be. In order to make friends and influence people, smile, be a nice guy, go along with what anybody says, be like them, act like them, never criticize, never find fault, etc. In business, friendship has nothing to do with affection but everything to do with getting what you want, despite how insincere and hypocritical it seems. These rules of success in a capitalist world seem basic, but they have stood the test of time as to how to be successful in a conventional world. They might seem phony to some in that you're tailoring yourself to others and subordinating the real you, but this is the conventional formula to business success. Do whatever it takes to make your customer or employee feel really good, regardless of how much of your soul you have to sell in the process. These basic rules of how to be a winner from the conventional self-help point of view filtered through my mind are as follows. Try to appeal to people's wants. The main motives of people are anger and revenge, control of one's life, creativity, fame, fear, freedom, love, money, power over others, self-preservation, sex. Have an optimistic, positive attitude. Be enthusiastic and inspired about your work. Set clear goals and work on them little by little, day by day. Be persistent in your efforts. Be disciplined, work hard. Your mental attitude is everything. Keep your thoughts only on what you want out of life. Don't burden others with your personal problems. What separates the great from the average people is a sense of destiny. Your soul is the greatest source of strength in the universe. If you master yourself through self-discipline, no one will ever master you. Be part of the solution, not part of the problem. Never stop learning. Move a mountain one shovelful at a time. Dreamers are visionaries. Do not hate. It is self-destructive. The greatest revenge is to live well. You were born with a unique mission given to you by God. Your job is to make it come to pass. Keep your focus on the prize. Always strive to improve yourself. To be successful, simply provide a useful service. The power or weakness of your mind will determine everything. For every dream, a price must be paid through hard work. A few flakes fluke out, but most success stories are the result of hard work. Be an active dreamer, then work hard at it. Be an active thinker, then work hard at it. You won't do anything unless you take the first step and try. Create ideas all the time. To achieve it, you have to want it enough to do the work it takes to get there. Peace of mind is success. Decide on what you want, then become obsessed with it. That's how simple life is. Time is finite. Spend it on the relevant things, don't whittle it away on frivolous, procrastination activities. Make things happen. Take the initiative, take risks. Always tell yourself how great, fascinating and noble you are. Think like a winner in life, act like a winner in life. You are your greatest ally and worst enemy. Have faith in God and pray regularly. Love your neighbor, or at least act like you do. Know who you are, then live by it. Don't listen to naysayers and critics. Rely on yourself. Don't look to others for fulfillment. The marketplace pays for results. They don't care about the blood and sweat it took to get there. Keep your sense of common sense. If you go into sales, you have to be a showman and sell yourself. Don't wait for opportunities. Create them. Have the courage to go for what you want rather than fear failure. Your destiny is up to you alone. Be a people person. Be friendly, or at least act that way. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. What you look for is what you will find, either good or bad. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Compliment people. Be easygoing, or at least act that way. Smile. Take the first step to the rest of your life. Believe in yourself even when nobody else does. Be a team player. Know how to get along with people. Surround yourself with positive, Hard-working people in your business. A belief in yourself and persistence are the keys to success. On the road to success, you will fail. Learn from your failures. Sometimes failure will be just what you need to find true enlightenment. Chances are your library has one or two of these books, probably at number 158, the motherlode of self-help books. Why Think and Grow Rich seems kinda stupid. Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich was written in the 1930s. As I scanned it, I thought the funny things about it were: 1. His idea of telepathy or karma, vibrations, the law of attraction. You supposedly give off vibes that determine how the universe treats you. 2. His idea of sexual transmutation, that sex and creativity are part of your life force. Transform your sexual energy into hard, ambitious work. They're both lies. There is no universal supernatural force guiding anything in life. Maybe when you die, but not while you live. You determine your life through what you do. Guardian angels can try to help you, but you make your own decisions. Beyond God, there is no New Age force. It's a big fraud geared to sell wishful thinking books to gullible people. You can have lots of sex and be a dynamo in life. You do not have to sacrifice one for the other. The most generic list of success one-liners ever. Most business success books are at hashtag 155 hashtag 158, number 332, money, number 380 and hashtag 650 hashtag 659 at the library. The classic business success books are: Andrew Carnegie, The Autobiography of Andrew Carnegie, 1920. Baltasar Gracian, The Art of Worldly Wisdom, 1647. Benjamin Franklin, The Way to Wealth, 1758. Frank Bettger, How I Raised Myself from Failure to Success in Selling, 1947. George S. Clason, The Richest Man in Babylon, 1926. Henry Ford, My Life and Work, 1922. Jack Welch, Jack, 2001. John Paul Getty, How to Be Rich, 1961, Stephen R. Covey, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, 1989. Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich, 1937. Norman Vincent Peale's The Power of Positive Thinking. Over the Top, Zig Ziglar. Sam Walton, Made in America, 1992. Sun Tzu, The Art of War. Wallace D. Wattles, The Science of Getting Rich, 1910. Nowadays, there are thousands of business success books on the market, what I call softcore motivational books that do not teach you any particular hardcore skills. I say none of them say anything more than I say in this article. Have a sense of purpose. Be persistent. Have initiative, faith, and the will to do what you want. Don't quit when you feel discouraged. Sleep on it. When you discover your true nature, you have no choice anymore. Your life is reduced to following it. Whatever you do, do 100%. Failure is learning something. Don't follow the rules of convention which say most things are not possible. Believe in your ideas. Whenever you're feeling down, always be thinking that your best self is your true nature. As long as you follow that, you're doing what your God created you to be. Tap into your natural power, then live by it until you die. That's the best way you can possibly live. Learn and study knowledge you need to get you where you want. Think up ideas. Keep them in a book. Edit them. Act on them. Organize yourself. Don't be all over the place. Set a plan. Procrastination is for people without a solid sense of purpose from their true nature. Trust your intuition. You will die, so don't fear it. Live strongly until it happens. Everything else you fear is minor. You live, then you die. Make the best of it. Act like you really care even if you don't. Do your work with passion. Build relationships with people in your field. Build trust over time. Think big, great ideas. Under-promise and over-deliver on what you do. The best way to be good at what you do is for you to love it as part of your true nature. Learn from people by watching them, talking to them, and even reading good business books. Be happy with your work for the sense fulfillment it gives you. Set high standards, not perfectionist standards but a real good standard. Beyond 90%, the next 10% of quality may not be worth the added effort. Be stable. Don't be moody. Never blow up on somebody. Calm down when you're angry. You have to network around to meet people who can help you. Help people help themselves. Read both my business and my jobs books cover to cover. Every night, plan the next day mentally in your head. Have long-term ideas and visions. Prepare for unexpected problems. Face them in a calm manner. Admit you're human and can't do everything. Constantly analyze your life. Try to find people with similar attitudes to succeed to befriend and talk to. Preferably find an older person willing to mentor you. Whatever you do, make sure it is something useful that people get a decent benefit from. Be likable. When you feel weak or have a setback, have a rest and a cry, then get back to work. Do not accept failure. All failures are learning experiences. Sometimes offer freebies like a free product or free time in helping someone. Always learn new things in your field. Be an innovator. Create ideas. You have to be in sales and sell yourself. Be a team player. When people you barely know offer gifts, it means they want something from you. Write out all your professional career/business ideas on a publicly available blog. Success is often disguised in failure or setbacks. Crisis is opportunity. Control your emotions, especially the negative ones. Keep an even keel by living by your own standards, not the standards of the world. When in a quandary, make your best decision and go with it. Fall in love with your life. Develop a loose plan. Act like a person who serves others to earn the money you want. Be frugal. Be as organic and natural as you can be. Chemicals are bad for you. Forget your ego. Play the role of helper. Live your life so every day is interesting. Avoid bad people as much as you can. Don't waste time. If there are things you want to do, work at them every day. Don't allow yourself to be indoctrinated by anybody. When people put you down, ignore them. Be curious. Be flexible. Be a creative intellectual thinker. Plan your work and work your plan. Don't do anything immoral. Commit to what you believe in. Fulfill your potential as a human being. Be patient and persistent. Be inspired, which means to release your spirit, but at the same time, keep one foot grounded in practical reality. Use your mind, body, and soul as a holistic essence. Whatever you can conceive, you can achieve. Every problem is an opportunity in disguise. Imagine and invent. The act of creation is the best thing anyone can do. Human beings, made in the image of God, are by their very nature creative, able to create many new, unique, beautiful and better things. Live as an unfolding masterpiece striving for excellence. Discover who you are by nature, then do it. Meditate and think about your life and what you do. Strive for health, wealth, and happiness. Meditate, Zen, search for awakening, Satori, pursue the transcendental wisdom, Prajna, that lies dormant within every person. Be both wise and kind. Have self-discipline. Control your tongue when you feel angry. Be careful. Don't jump into things without checking them out. Be brave. Venture into uncharted territory while being cautious. Be honest. Analyze your life to learn from it. Be a good citizen. Live a balanced life. Don't do any one thing to the extreme. Do not live with an attitude of mediocrity, fear, and failure. Love and passion trigger your creativity. Live to release your natural potential, take charge of your life, live simply, be productive to reach your goals with enthusiasm and courage. Ask for help if you need it. Tap into the natural power inside of you. Ignore criticism. Be a smart cookie. To be a smart cookie is to give no one or nothing higher value than you give to yourself. Your religion is your business and so is your money, so don't ever give someone else control of it without checking them out to see if they're legitimate, which means if they have an ironclad reputation in the so-called real world of mainstream business and conservative values. Many people get a job then put their lives on automatic and coast along, often overpaying for things and buying a lot of useless things they don't really need, assuming the job will last forever, but in a lot of cases, it won't. My solution is simple. That's why I have written all these books about taking control of your life, because I've seen so many people, including myself, live these pathetic lives, putting all their eggs in one basket, so to speak, thinking that there is nothing beyond this one job or business venture they have. They don't diversify their lives or save their money. Then when the plant shuts down, they get sick, they have a personality conflict with a bad boss, or their business goes south, they go to pieces. I lived through this one time in my life, and because I was young and naive then, it taught me to never rely on the system again. From then on, it was me in charge of my own destiny. I resolved that I would never play the system's game again, full of naivete and wishful thinking, assuming I would be taken care of if I followed the system's rules, because the system doesn't care. If you're the fool who thinks your job will last for life, then I say it's your fault. You have to be proactive. While you're working job A, start saving your money. Invest it. Start a part-time job or business venture. Take night classes to get another skill or upgrade your current skill that will net you a better job. I've seen people go homeless after they lost a job, got so down in the dumps that they couldn't even face people with enough charisma to pull off a successful interview to get another decent job, so they lost their apartment or house and ended up on the street. Like I said, I lived through this once. It was enough to set me on a course to live for myself, take care of myself, and never have allegiance to anything out there beyond me. It's the only way to bulletproof yourself from the whimsical nature of the workplace and life in the real world. No job or business is laid in stone. Be wise. Read some of my books. Use them to take control of your own life. A con man does his job by getting others to gain confidence in him. Con artists often wear three-piece suits and look like established pillars of the community. Read the papers about all the convictions of people in the business, investment, religious and political fields, people who are supposed to help you, but instead, they consciously rip you off or try to get you to keep making stock trades no matter how bad they look, so that they can collect commissions, which is all they really care about. It's so common it has its own term, churning. Don't take anyone you plan to do business with or give money to for an investment at face value, nor trust the image they put forth. At the very least, do a basic internet check on them. It's easy. Just type their full name into a search engine or a background check, public records website. Control your own life, your own money, your own state of being. Don't listen to the propaganda put out there by religion, governments, school boards, mainstream TV networks, the mainstream news, fast-talking individuals, etc. Don't believe in ideas like patriotism, self-sacrifice for the common good, Big Brother is looking out for you, etc. You are your own entity. You are your highest good. Your job, presuming you're a free being brainwashed by none, is to live your own life. The government is not a sacred god. It is made up of fallible people looking out mostly for themselves. You are the king of your own country, which is you wherever you are. I believe Mother Earth made one world for the human race without political borders. I play the little border games because I have to, but I still think it's all silly crap. I believe we need governments for basic social order and for minimal services like to pave roads, but beyond that, I feel they have too much control over people's lives. On the anarchy government scale, I'm more pro-freedom than pro-government, even though I think the anarchists are just as silly as the law and order people for thinking we don't need standards. Material wealth is not all it's cracked up to be, because more money means more things and more people bugging you, which are all added burdens eating up the finite time of your life, unless your life is so dull that you like this kind of attention. If you ever get rich, everyone will try to sell you something. If you get famous, everyone will try to sell you something, others will want free stuff, some people will get in your face wanting autographs, taking pictures, and some will sue you. Don't flash your money around. Don't act rich. If you do, people will steal it, the government will want it, and someone might even rob you and kill you for some of it. No rich person is good, because if they were, they wouldn't be rich. They would share their wealth to help their brothers and sisters in need. Just remember that when you come across people with more money than they need, spending it on frivolous things like overpriced sports cars and clothes they will hardly ever wear, they are not morally good people despite what airs they put on, because if they were, they wouldn't live like that while so much of the world is in need. I have contempt for this pop culture, materialistic ideology most of us have been brainwashed by, but that's another story for another time and place. The stock market is passive investing. You don't control it. All truly wealthy people have gotten wealthy by doing something they control, providing a good, or service, that others want and will pay for, in short, running their own businesses, maybe not within the rules of the system because they might want to avoid government red tape and taxes, but running their own businesses nevertheless. Don't take financial advice from salespeople. Ultimately, they are trying to sell you something. When you watch a financial journalist on TV or read a money article, ask yourself if you think he or she is being objective, or are they biased, perhaps because they have an interest in the investment they're reporting on. Ignorance, greed, and stupidity lose more money in the stock market than fraud. Generally, the rich get richer because they use their money to make more money in investments and real estate. Try to save some money and invest it in some way. If one of your close intimates, friends, or relatives is always using you for material things, they're insincere. I would cut my losses and cut them out of my life. Just because they're your relatives doesn't give them the right to abuse your good nature. Motivation for success. You're focused on the values of the world. I'm focused on my own values. We're the same in the way we approach them if we want to be successful. I plan my day out the night before, then the next day I do it. You should plan your day out too. The only difference between us as so-called winners in life is that you want to succeed out in the world. I live to honor the natural power inside of me. You should love your work so much that you do it just for the feeling of fullness and inspiration it gives you. If not, then you had better have a strong mind in order to be able to push yourself to do things you do just for money and power. These things aren't much next to harnessing your natural power. I read quite a lot of books and articles on success and motivation at work and in business. They all fail when they give you a bunch of one-liners or cute little tricks to help get you motivated, because the only trick is that you find something that you naturally love to do that you can earn money from. After you discover that, everything else should fall into place. I'm not saying it will be all easy. There are still days when you're tired and will have to push to get going. Why does Paul Anka, Celine Dion, and anybody else who has more money than they need keep working? Money is a fine motivator when you don't have any, but there is a higher motivator, tapping into your spirit if you've got the toughness and courage to go there. Socrates said the unexamined life is not worth living. Most people live unexamined lives tapped into other people's ideas. Pop culture entertainment is other people's ideas. The newspaper is other people's ideas. Romance novels are other people's ideas. When you're true to yourself, you're stable and calm. You know who you are, no need to get overly excited about anything. A lot of motivation is fear of losing your job, failing, ending up homeless. Don't operate on fear. Operate on a desire to do great, visionary things with your right of the human spirit. Make your work as easy as possible. Figure out the easiest ways to do it. If a project seems too big, try breaking it down into small chunks. It's like Montel Williams's book, Mountain, get out of my way. Climb a mountain one step at a time. Move a mountain one shovelful at a time. Courage and toughness are facing whatever is hard and doing it, one step at a time. Psychobabble or bullshit self-help can't help you because they give you dinky, discreet one-liners that are superficial to the essence you are that runs your life. You always stop doing them after a few days because they are not natural or intrinsic to you. For example, some asshole life coach bullshitter psychobabblist said it takes 3 weeks to make any behavior or activity into a habit, which tells me he is not enlightened. He doesn't understand the human condition, which is that you are who you are in your pure essence. That's it. You cannot change except through taking drugs that rearrange the neurochemicals in your brain or getting hit in the head real hard. If you join the military and they train you to make your bed and keep your room in a certain order, so what? You can do it for 5 years, then as soon as you quit and go back to being a bohemian, artist or whatever it is you are, all that military indoctrination crap is gone. I worked a job at 6 o'clock in the morning for 3 years once. I didn't become an early riser. Now that it's gone, I sleep into my natural time, noontime. There is no reason to procrastinate. Work should be plenty interesting. If it isn't, figure out something interesting you can do that can earn you cash. When I was in the military at a military college, I noticed virtually everybody hang around at night, bulls hittin' about nothing in particular, while I liked to study. I liked to work out. I used to go running 10 o'clock at night. Nobody else did that. Don't let slackers around you take you away from your own visions, desires, dreams and interests. You should never feel lonely because your life should be plenty interesting to you all the time. If you think you got problems left over from what you think was a less than adequate upbringing which make you the weak, pathetic human being you are today who needs to waste time being psychoanalyzed/psychobamboozled by some phony expert, get over it. Life moves in one direction, forward. You wake up every day and create it. A great life is about action to release your natural energy one day at a time. Forget everything else. Eat nutritious meals, get exercise, and lots of sleep. Live a happy life. Do what gives you pleasure. Why should you care what anybody around you says to you, either good or bad? Praise or criticism both come from outside of yourself. They mean nothing either way. I don't care about compliments. I live by my own standards. Most critics are low-level, half-assed, gutless human beings, usually jealous of you. What do I care about them? Philosopher Philo of Alexandria said, "Be kind, for everyone you meet is fighting a great battle." Everybody has got some problems and sob stories except for the few people around like me who live to constantly release their natural energy, aka spirits. Problems are just a thing I get rid of right away so I can pursue my life in peace, hassled by none. Keep learning through books, the internet, courses, mentors, etc. Have everything you need at your workplace, your tools, pens, paper, etc. Don't answer emails as you get them. Answer them all at the end of the day. Shut your phone off while you work. Find and cultivate friends in your field that you can use to network with. You're never too successful or accomplished to need business colleagues. Be positive, active, optimistic. Like I already said, plan each day the night before in your head. If you screw up, so what? It's just another part of the experience of the human condition and you are a human being. Some boxer lost a fight. It wasn't a big fight but it was on TV. I guess he felt so humiliated that he killed himself. What an idiot, caring what other people might think of him. At least he had the guts to go in the ring. That alone separated him from the massive sea of generic nobody's out there, but guts alone without enlightenment is not enough. Personal Magnetism Guide. People like people who seem confident, easygoing, have a vision for their lives, like to work and look good too. Have a firm handshake and eye contact, but do not overdo it like it's a macho contest. Have a relaxed tone of voice. Have a straight posture. Stand tall. Everybody gives off vibes. My suggestion is to give off a strong vibe like you're cool but you take no shit from anybody. Dress well for work. Be a forward-thinking person. Work on changing bad habits. You are what you spend the most time on. Get charisma. Charisma is the result of loving what you do, doing it well and doing it every day. You earn self-respect and good feeling by constantly releasing the natural energy that inspires you. Decide on what you want and live by it. You must always be active for your dreams. Don't let fear get you down. Keep moving. Don't make excuses. Keep working on what you believe in. Minimize frivolous activities. Make eye contact with people you talk to. Walk with a purpose. Speak up when you have something to say. Wear clean, neat, neutral, not fashionable clothes. Be clean and fresh by taking a shower, brushing your teeth, etc. Have good posture. Be pleasant and interested in others. Don't let on when you feel tense or nervous. Act cool. It will pass. Don't be negative. Think up new ways of doing things. Believe in yourself. Be open to new ideas. Always try to improve. If you want something done, do it yourself or get your best worker to do it. Talk to others to get ideas. Create a file where you put all your good ideas. Talk to people with different backgrounds. Read the occasional money or business magazine. Learn future trends at wired.com. Take care of your health. If you have children, spend time with them. Ask yourself some tough questions that will help you move on to success. If you're a boss, ask employees to write an assessment on you. If not, try to see yourself as others see you. Be optimistic. Believe in yourself. When looking for friends, find upbeat people trying to do something positive. Don't take rejection personally. In business, everybody gets more rejection than success. Focus on what you do best and what you can control. Hard times are good learning experiences and opportunities to try the next thing. When you are complacent with your life, there is no incentive to reach higher or more intensely for a lot of people. Some people thrive on challenges. Most people don't. They need hard times to get out of their comfort zones. Every night, relax deeply for a while and analyze what happened today to learn from it. Decide what you will do tomorrow. Have a positive attitude. Work hard. Always be learning. Strive to improve yourself and help others. Chapter 3. Generic Inspiration. The Golden Rule of Life and Success. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Find a need and fill it with joy in your heart out of something that inspires you and comes from your soul. Give of yourself with a joyful, sincere heart. Share your talents with the world. Even when you're down and discouraged, don't lose your dignity like most people do who get angry and start taking it out on people and society. Continue to do good and be kind. Don't let your anger and frustration show. When you make money and get wealthy, don't be a miser, don't be greedy and don't hoard it, trying to squeeze every last penny out of your customers and every last ounce of sweat out of your workers. Be generous and good to all of them. It will come back to you multiplied. Helping and giving lead to wealth, then more wealth. You came with nothing, you will leave the earth with nothing. All you need is enough for basic comfort. It's a privilege to earn a living doing what you love to do. If you flaunt your money while we all know perfectly well that somebody on the planet is starving right now, you're committing the sin of capitalist vanity. It's bad for your soul. People will turn off to you. Don't let wealth change you. The prize is in the action, the inspired action of doing something great and worthy. The greatest rule of business success is to try to help people somehow, either empower, amuse, or give them a product they need, and make them happy. Fill a need. Solve their problems. Try to have a positive intention about your giving. Don't just do it because it's a law of business success. Do it without expecting anything in return. People will sense your goodness and come back to you. Give away your time and stuff without expectation of any returns. Do it because you're a good person. When customers see this, they will think you're honest and give good value, so they will come back. Don't give away your time or money unsolicited. No good deed goes unpunished, to people who don't really need it if you're just trying to score points with them or reassure yourself that you're a good person. If you help someone with a sincere effort, they want to help you back, not necessarily because they feel they owe you, but they want to be good people too and share their goodness with someone who has done good for them and appreciates it. There's a lot of new age, self-help Pollyanna stuff out there geared to psyche you up. There's no automatic law that says give and you shall receive, but this is how customer service works: give and you shall receive. Treat the customer well and he'll give you business. Don't get all misty-eyed and new agey. Just know that it's not just about sales or service. It's about helping people solve their problems, doing it with a smile and with some warm emotions because people want to feel that you're on their side, trying to sincerely help them. Everybody wants a human connection because there is so little of it in the world. Generic inspiration. Thomas Jefferson's 10 Rules for a Good Life. Never put off until tomorrow what you can do today. Never trouble another for what you can do yourself. Never spend your money before you have it. Never buy what you do not want because it is cheap, it will never be dear to you. Pride costs us more than hunger, thirst, and cold. Never repent of having eaten too little. Nothing is troublesome that we do willingly. Don't let the evils that have never happened cost you pain. Always take things by their smooth handle. When angry, count to 10 before you speak. If very angry, count to 100. All honestly earned wealth comes from only one source: helping others. The successful individual is the dreamer with the desire to work hard in an inspired, upbeat way with a feeling of power, strength, and destiny at his or her plan/vision and never stop working at it. It's about creativity and intelligence, but also about desire, persistence, and love of the process. Many people are weak and lazy. They'd rather say something is impossible than go for it. This is what the world is mostly made of: average people doing a functional job for a regular paycheck, then going home at night to satiate their entertainment cheap thrill desires. To be inspired is to generate ideas with the original, inspired mind your God gave you to fulfill the unique purpose He endowed you with at birth. The real originals and greats are the ones aware enough to know the more they expend their natural God-given energy, the stronger and younger they feel, the more people they help and the wealthier they get. Whatever you can conceive, you can achieve if you don't make excuses for yourself. Your mind is both your greatest ally and your worst enemy. It creates either a highly inspired, motivated individual or a lazy, weak, scared rabbit afraid to try because of the possibility of failure. Great minds don't care about failure. All great people have failed hundreds of times while mastering their craft. They believe in themselves. They know they can accomplish what they want even if not one other soul on the planet believes in them. They have faith in themselves. They're winners inside regardless of what the world says about them, good or bad. All failures, mistakes, and challenges will ultimately make you stronger if you deal with them to learn from them, as opposed to curling up into a ball, cursing your bad luck and quitting. Weak people listen to the negative coaching they get from all the mundane souls on the planet who want to keep others down like themselves because they want to feel as though they're not being shown up by others. In the same way, strong people look for inspiration wherever they can find it and use it to help keep them strong, pure, and true in what they believe in whilst ignoring everything else. Just like I said, don't listen to negative people giving you complaints and criticisms. Don't listen too much to people giving you compliments, telling you how fantastic you are. They usually have an agenda to get something out of you. You have your own inner standard independent of anything else on the planet. This is your only foundation. Everything else is just mild musings in the wind. Desire, creativity, and intelligence are not enough. You have to be wise about what you do. Do something that will lead to real, productive results in the real world. Don't just follow some half-assed dream from the outside world because you think it's cool. The world laughs at all the pretenders out there. Sure, a few flakes get lucky and make a lot of money doing almost nothing, but most won't. Do something that will help people, entertain or inspire them in a bona fide way such that they will pay you for it. Happiness comes from action, both inspired and sensual, not just owning a bunch of things and chasing cheap thrills. You have to use up that natural primal, untapped potential you have inside of you in order to feel really good about yourself. You and only you control and create your thoughts and attitudes for life. The Success Ideology 1. Be of service to others. Help them get what they want so that you get what you want. Golden Rule of Success. Define your goal in business and think about it so much it becomes imprinted in your subconscious mind. Think about your success in visual images, action shots of yourself as a successful person. This is who you are, what you want and what you will achieve. You're constantly psyching yourself up. Think highly of yourself. Carry yourself with dignity. The subconscious mind is not something you force yourself to be through constant positive thinking. If you're a duck, no amount of thinking will make you a swan. This is why the entire conventional self-help movement fails. You have to be who you really are. You're trying to find your true essence and live by it. From your true essence, figure something out that you can do that can help people and earn you a living. Success is getting what you want without doing anything unethical or hurting people to get it. Think in practical terms in the real world in the moment. Learn mostly by doing then analyzing. Imagination is the greatest tool for success. Everything great was started in the imagination of one person. You really can't make it alone. You need to team up with other people or at least be nice enough so they do what you want or give you what you want. You need allies. Even if you're paying, you still have to treat them well to get the results you want. Work harder than anyone else. Do more than is expected of you. If you don't like the work you are now doing, quit and discover what really inspires you. The only way to really promote yourself is to love what you do so much that it shows. Inspiration is not enough. You have to believe that you will succeed and visualize it all the time. Adjust to the ever-changing demands of the marketplace. Be serious-minded and easygoing at the same time. You can't be serious all day long. Be serious about your work but go about it in a happy, light-hearted manner. Don't act too arrogant even if you are by nature. Don't expect shortcuts. The world generally doesn't reward people who have not worked very hard. Don't spend money you don't have. Go easy on credit. Know your shortcomings. Don't blame others for them. Your business has a personality which is usually the personality of the owner. The friendlier it is, the more successful you will be. People buy personalities as much as they buy products. Compromising such that both sides win is much better than one winner who takes it all, because when this happens, it's a one-shot deal. You won't get repeat business, plus you'll make an enemy. Have a calm, peaceful demeanor no matter what. Be patient. Be fair. Be easygoing. Culture the ability to express yourself in clear, simple terms. Don't use big words just to try to sound educated. Talk less. Work more. Don't hang around with lazy people too much, and don't hang around with egotistical, successful people too much either. You don't really learn anything from them. Focus on your own game plan. Nothing within reason is beyond the realm of possibility. You alone are responsible for your success or failure. In order to attract success, be successful. Carry yourself like a winner. Believe in yourself. Busy, inspired people who work with a sense of urgency make much better workers than relaxed people who take their time and don't actually do much in any time period. People of action are the winners in life. You are not a robot. Live on intuition over setting specific goals, then trying to reach them like a robot with no fun or inspiration in your life. Try to be good and loving because it attracts more customers and workers than being nasty. It's not about developing good habits through a sheer force of will. It's about doing what inspires you such that the work is never hard because you love doing it. Don't try to force success on yourself by becoming a phony person who is not harmony with his true nature. Focus on being who you really are and earning a living from it. No matter what, nobody wants to hear another sad song or sob story. Keep yours to yourself. What you think, the people you surround yourself with and the TV shows you watch will all determine who you are. Be frugal. Don't buy what you don't need or go into debt. Some business debt is necessary, but debt for luxury items is stupid. Save your money. It's easier on the head. Fear is normal. Action is the greatest way to fight it. Just do it. There is no escape from the fact that regardless of your character, or even if you personally are not materialistic and don't care much about money, people will always judge you based on your apparent material wealth. If you don't care what others think of you, this is fine, but if you do, you'll be constantly on the treadmill of trying to get more wealthy in order to appear wealthy, which is the wrong motivate to strive for success. You should do it because you're trying to do something great with your life. The only education that matters is your ability to learn and analyze situations as you go along. Keep your life as simple as possible. If you're angry or have nothing good to say, keep your mouth shut. The success ideology too. Affluence brings with it boredom. Of itself, it offers little, but the ability to consume and a life centered on consumption will appear, and be, devoid of meaning. Robert Bork. If you want to be successful, help make other people successful. Work long, hard, and smart at what you love to do. No one can make you feel inferior without your consent. Eleanor Roosevelt. Competition in our capitalist world will bring out the best in products but the worst in people, which is why you shouldn't openly compete with others. Just try to do the best job you can within yourself with what you got. The reward of doing whatever it is you do well is to have done it. This is who you are, the greatest reward in life, to be a master of whatever it is that's in your soul. But in the real world, you also have to be a salesman beyond this and sell whatever it is you do to earn you your keep. The bottom line is to express yourself freely, but be wise enough about it such that you earn money from it one way or another. All your power and future potential comes down to how much energy you have to pursue what you love doing to get what you want out of the deal. I will tell you the only secret that really matters. Granted, talent plays a role, you gotta love what you do and be reasonably good at it, but there are plenty of talented losers around. The one thing that separates the endless chaff of people who didn't make it to reach what they wanted to and those that did is persistence. Keep plugging away intelligently for what you believe in. Many people have given up on the verge of victory, never to realize that they were so close. By the same token, many people have snatched victory from the jaws of defeat by hanging on when logic told them to give it up. Beyond persistence, I've found that all winners, before they made their big scores, always thought of themselves as winners because they believed in themselves and believed that they had all the potential in the world to get what they wanted, which means hard work over time. Ask virtually any successful winner in life how they did it, and the honest ones will tell you way back then, they didn't know they were going to make it. They tried, had doubts and setbacks, but kept plugging away and finally tasted success. If you remember only one thing in this book, remember that once you find your soul and a way to make money from it, it's a matter of doing it vigorously for the rest of your life. Even if you don't get the financial remuneration you expect for it, you should enjoy the journey anyway because you're doing what you love. Do what you love, keep doing it, and you will win the game of life. Being a winner is to persist in what you believe in. I don't really have goals because I live in the moment, but the way I approach all my visions is that they either come to me out of intuition or necessity. There are major life visions and trivial errands like grocery shopping, getting enough money to buy a better car, etc. Although I live totally by intuition, I still clearly define my visions and then work at them. I'm basically constantly thinking about my life. I automatically picture myself as the person I want to be, where I want to live, what I want to do, etc. Consistency is the master of life. Most people fade away with the mundanity of day-to-day reality, but if you're strong, you can rise above it all and become yourself, an original specimen, the way God intended you to be. I've been there pursuing goals and dreams with a fury. Some failed, some had success, but in the final analysis, it was all part of the experience of life for me. Failure is simply the other side of success, it's all experience, it develops you that much more. It doesn't matter what happened yesterday. Tomorrow, you're gonna wake up, and the only way you're gonna be a real winner is if you pursue something you love such that it expends your energy for the day. Nobody can share your trials and tribulations. Nobody gives a damn about you, except your family, unless you can help them out in some way. That's the golden rule. You make it by doing something that helps people in some way. A true winner lives in his own little zone, at least for a while. Most people are cruising at 30 miles per hour, you're going a straight 80 miles per hour on an open highway. You can't let yourself get stuck by being around these people settling for comfort, if you will always be down on yourself if you do. You have to make that decision, shut everything else out and pursue your goal single-mindedly. It's really that simple. Do not let the mundanity of all the hours of the day and the cruise comfort people around you help you fade away into oblivion. Have the strength of mind to pursue and think about your goal all the time. That's the real winner's price. No matter how much you're focused on your vision, life is also a matter of mundane errands like grocery shopping, paying bills, going to the dentist, etc. Your visions must always be the first priority and occupy 95% of your headspace. The way to deal with the trivial realities of life is to plan your errands for the day, do them and quickly forget about them as fast as you can. You have to live by your own standard. There will always be people better than you and always people worse off in skills and station in life. If you compare yourself to others, you tend to get vain and trivial. There will also be some people who are luckier than you and some people not as fortunate. Maybe you're the most beautiful girl in the world and deserve the $1 million cosmetics commercial but didn't get the breaks. The solution is not to think about things you can't control and how lucky some people are, even if undeservedly so. The only thing you can do is focus on your own life, on what you can control, and push everything else away. What you don't use, you lose, be it physical ability, cerebral smarts or business savvy. Everything's the same in this respect. You have to renew yourself through inspired activity all the time, otherwise you lose the talents you have within yourself. You're only as good as you are today. It doesn't matter how fascinating and good you are right now, you will waste away if you don't stay on it through inspired effort all the time. The people that you might have helped out today have short memories. They will always be thinking or asking, what have you done for them lately? The past is totally useless except for what inspiration you can suck out of it. Forget most of it and focus on the near future only. There's not much more to say. It's all about work with a joy in your heart. Know what you want and work at it, but the biggest trick of all is to feel joy while you're doing it. If you don't feel joy, you can trick your mind into thinking anything's joyful simply by changing your mindset and willing it so. I have simplified my life so that I focus only on those few things that I really enjoy doing. Finally, goals are transient, meaning they change as you go along. It works both ways. You might get tired of something and not do it anymore, or if you attain a goal, it doesn't mean that life stops and all is done. You will be bored in a week or so. It's all about constantly updating and editing your goals as you go along. Just because you reach a goal, like say you win a gold medal or make $1 million, so what? You still have to wake up the next morning and you will find that these things did little to enhance your sense of intrinsic satisfaction. It's all about constant inspiration, joy, and challenge on an almost daily basis, taking time out to get your rest and recharge your batteries, but then you get back up and do it all over again, those few things that you love to do. The major reasons for failure are giving yourself negative coaching when you get tired and discouraged, and listening to friends and family who want you to remain at the same level to them as you always were, because in that state, you give them what they want out of you. If you find your real self, you may not be the same old shoe they always relied on to waste some frivolous time with. You are what you surround yourself with. Watch pop culture TV and you will be a brainwashed clone. Surround yourself with inspirational, positive things and you will be powerful. Successful people fail their way to the top. Failure means you're in the arena playing the game, not like the huddled masses living their mundane comfortable lives, not knowing the intensity of effort inherent in living a great life with fervor. Try hashtag 158.1, hashtag 170.44 or BJ1611 at the library for books about how to be successful in life. The Success Ideology 3. How is the world treating you lately? How are you treating the world lately? Victory is won in inches, not miles. Anything worth having is worth working for. Success is the freedom to be who you are. I don't believe in wasting words with a patronizing pep talk, but the fact is that some people are so naive or clued out that they don't have the foggiest idea about who they really are or where they fit into the world. Fact 1 is that you don't matter to anyone unless you can make yourself useful to them in some way. That's the total bottom line. Cuteness quickly goes out of style right after high school. The real world is too smart to pay attention to gimmicky people except for the few flukes who make it for a few minutes in the entertainment industry, but that industry is purposely a business which tries to give people a sense that they're back in adolescence again. That's their job, to make you feel good by doing frivolous things that make you forget about the real world for a while. Life is all about identity, which is to find that thing inside your soul that you have such a passion for that you love doing it. If you can find out what this is through introspection and experience and make a living at it, you're a winner in life. If you can truly help people out in some way by doing your particular thing, you will be a triple winner by getting a ticket to heaven, feeling great for doing it, and the gratitude of the people you help will come back to you. The easiest way to find the inner you is to look at the world and pick the top 5 jobs/businesses you'd most like to do above anything else, but be real. The truth is that there aren't enough positions out there for all the people with impossible dreams to fill. You have to be realistic and practical. If you're like the millions of naive people out there with the dream of making it either in the entertainment field or in athletics, let it be known that there are many amateur professionals living that hope right now who are just as good as anyone who's made it but aren't there because there aren't enough positions and they just didn't get the lucky break. Maybe you've got great talent, but you should quietly accept it and live as a good person no matter what without destroying yourself trying to be a so-called star. If it comes, fine, but if it doesn't, you should be stable enough to accept yourself anyway. Once you make it, all those hard times won't matter anymore. Your potential is all anyone has, the inspiration within themselves that they can do it, whatever it is they want, and your potential is all you have when you wake up every morning. You're only as good as who you are today, right now. A bunch of my friends were all excited about meeting this former hockey star who is now a paunchy, mundane-looking middle-aged dud not doing anything much but selling cars in TV commercials and playing golf as far as I know. I took one look at him at this public event we were at and I didn't sense any inspiration for life coming out of him. I thought to myself, so what if he was a great hockey player a few years ago? It doesn't matter now. If you don't keep fighting for your inspired sense of life, you will fade away like most people do after brief moments of greatness in their youth. The bottom line is how well you feel inside, i.e., self-respect/dignity, and for most people, this is accomplished by doing something worthwhile that they enjoy on a daily basis. People always read you for your potential. You have to act like you've got loads of it when you're looking for a job. Everybody gets down and depressed at some point in life. Depression is simply uninspiration, anger at the world turned inward on yourself. It's caused largely when you start to see things in life as beyond your control when they really aren't. There are things you can control and things you can't. You must simply forget about everything beyond your control, focus on what you can, do it to the best of your ability, and that's it. Most successful people in life lived through hellish times of hard work and self-doubt but kept plowing on because it was all they had to keep them going. If you can't find a job, try something else like a home business, service business, create a job, fill a need, take 2 part-time jobs, Peace Corps, etc. Many people who have done a stint with the Peace Corps get a permanent job through its job placement service. There are many alternatives, you just have to find them. Fill a need. Don't underestimate inventing a new product. Don't doubt your creativity. Everybody is on a level playing field. God gave us all a brain, it's our choice if we want to use it or not. I saw one guy on TV who made over $100 million selling exercise equipment back when the trend hit in the early 80s. He said that money is the deception of our society. The stress of his work and his money led him to get chronic fatigue syndrome, which he didn't kick until he gave up his business. He said money will not solve your problems nor necessarily bring you joy, peace, love, and happiness. He also said don't be attached to money and possessions. The success ideology 4. Do what you want to do it well. Find something you like to do that people need that can earn you money, then do it with a vengeance, with some love for the process and respect for the people you deal with. Think hard on what you really want, then act on it. Find your own purpose in life, then live it out. Develop your instincts. Trust your intuition. Culture a calm, peaceful demeanor. Focus on the strengths. Minimize your weaknesses. Always think like a winner regardless of your circumstances. Only you control your life. Don't blame others for your problems. Focus on what you want, then work like hell to make it happen. Plan next day's activities to reach your goals every night before you go to bed, then do them. What inspires you? Do it with reckless passion. Anything worth getting is worth working hard for. Everybody says you are what you think. I don't quite believe this, because I believe that if you force positive, motivating thoughts in your head, you will wear yourself out very quickly. The right way is to find your true essence as a human being, then follow your natural, intuitive inspiration. This way there is nothing forced. You're thinking about what comes naturally to your higher qualities as an individual. The easiest way to discover your true essence is to take what are commonly known as drugs, dope, or recreational substances like LSD, mushrooms, peyote, etc. These things beat a direct pathway to your soul. Barring that, try meditating or listening to yourself. Once you find your soul, your duty is to honor it by releasing your soul's natural energy every day to create the person you see yourself as and want to be. This is the key to success in life. Align your soul with a means to help people, thereby earning your money. You are the sum of your thoughts, which transform to either action or inaction. Your biography becomes your biology. This is why all those phony self-help psychobablists don't fool me. They look like half-dead, uninspired, fat asses, yet they're trying to pretend they're wise people. If they were truly wise, they would look healthy with an inspired gleam in their eye, but most look generic, particularly that fat ass with a daily TV talk show. That's a piece of hot air masquerading as wisdom if there was one. Look at anybody's face and body away from their money or status and you see the real them. What they culture in their souls becomes who they really are. You are the master of your own life. Your soul either creates someone dynamic or a generic, average individual. Success in life is connecting to your essence as a human being, then living by it, true to your nature. Circumstance don't make the man. They just reveal who he really is. Everybody has a measure of good and bad luck in life. Everybody gets the same pressures put on them by the brainwash of society, constantly telling you to make it in this world, so we are really on the same level playing field regardless of where we start. The challenge of life is not just to make it out in society in the capitalist sense, although that's a part of it, but true success is to recognize that you are brainwashed by the capitalist version of success and go beyond it to find your true identity and earn a living by following it. In general, you reap what you sow. Try to be good, honest, and helpful, and you should find some measure of success in whatever it is you do. Be dishonest, have a bad attitude, be trivial, cut corners and do shoddy work, and you'll get what you deserve, no customers. You don't have to do poor work. Just simply don't like what you do, don't be strongly inspired about it, as is the case with most people. That's why almost nobody seems happy and fulfilled with their lives. They're not doing work that really inspires them. A man cannot choose his circumstances, but he can choose his thoughts. Always try to be inspired, good, honest, true, upbeat and thankful for the good things in your life. Have a purpose in life. Don't fall prey to petty worries and fears. Even if you fail to achieve your purpose over and over again, the inspired effort should sustain you and keep you strong. It all comes down to the mind, which controls the body and soul, therefore success in the world. Have a beautiful vision and try to make it come true. Be humble, or at least unassuming. A strong person doesn't need attention from others in order to feel good about himself. When you have a beautiful vision, it shows in your body and soul. Listen to music to keep your soul soft. Keep learning. Take intelligent risks. Learn from the success of others by reading their books, talking to them, watching them. Get out of your comfort zone to do tough, challenging things. Think like a success to become a success. Enjoy your life regardless. Help people. Have a good attitude. Share your good fortune with others. Stay calm and peaceful no matter what. It shows self-knowledge and self-control. Learn about how the mind controls the body and soul by reading my health and medical book, or going to #6111-613 and #615.5 at the library. The Success Ideology 5. I was like many other full-bloods. I didn't want a steady job in an office or factory. I thought myself too good for that, not because I was stuck up, but simply because any human being is too good for that kind of no life, even white people. John Fire, Lame Deer, Wisdom of Visions. I'm a true believer in the hardship theory of life, the school of hard knocks. I respect people who've had tough times, who've walked the lonely streets of dreams, who haven't had anything handed to them on a platter. If it comes too easily, you will never appreciate it nor respect yourself fully. Be thankful for what you got and work hard to make it better. If you live by God's way, then something within you says, I don't care about the trivial, material things in life. God made this beautiful planet for me. He gave me health, I've got all my toes and fingers. Why should I fret about life? I should be thankful and cherish every moment of every day and take advantage of it to do His work, to be a good person and help people in some way. If you think like this, you can't help but be a winner. People will notice your refreshing attitude and the world will open up to you. My greatest rule in life is simply to take baby steps towards whatever it is I'm working on. Many people see the mountain in front of them and either give up right there on the spot or play a stupid game with themselves where they make a half-assed attempt, make up all kinds of excuses, then rationalize quitting their mission. The golden rule of all winners is that they work towards their goals one day at a time. Every night when I'm in work mode, I reflect briefly about the day, evaluate myself, then plan my mission for the next day, then the next day, I do it. That's my entire formula for my work ethic. I plan, then I do, and don't overdo. I know my limits and watch out not to burn out. I realize the American dream is all about ambition and the drive for success. I believe accomplishment of worthwhile things, especially if they help others, is a worthy goal. However, accomplishment to aggrandize the ego or simply to make money is an empty pursuit in and of itself. You shouldn't attach yourself to your successes or failures in life. Regardless of what happens on any particular day, whether it's a grand slam or a bust, it shouldn't affect your frame of mind or mood for the following day. Truly happy people are totally calm. They accept life for what it is, come hell or high water. There are no secrets to success. It's all about hard work, persistence, and learning from experience. Success is all about overcoming obstacles, failing, getting up again and keeping on trying. You create your own world. You're the only person on this planet who can use your ability. Everything that happens to you happens for you. Going for it is ultimately more important than winning or losing. Get busy living or get busy dying. You are the expression of your choices. Keep moving. Don't doubt yourself. Willpower is everything. Prepare for trouble spots in your future. Live simply. Don't whine. Judge others by actions. Always give it your best. Accept what comes. I just told you the life story for just about every successful person on the planet. This is about as simple as it gets. In the end, the only thing that matters is to keep trying for what you believe in. So many successful people out there lived all those lean years on hope alone, and now that they've made it, it looks so easy, but at the time, they didn't know for sure that they would make it but kept on, and that's all you can do, or give up right now and die a spiritual death. TV glosses everything up and packages it into an 11-minute segment. Don't believe everything you see on the tube. Life is considerably more complicated than that. A lot of people who have succeeded at something never seem to want to acknowledge their lean beginnings. They want to put forth the image that they were successful winners all along. Like I said, don't believe everything you see and read. Live by your own standard. Ignore the busybodies and the phonies with all their stupid stories. In a nutshell, the generic formula for success in a capitalist world for alternative creative types is as follows. A sense of mission and purpose about whatever it is you do. A drive to do whatever it is you do with an artist's soul, for its own sake, out of a desire to do it perfectly because of some intrinsic sense that lives inside of you. A strong drive to control your work and your life. Separate yourself from the system's version of success and failure and simply focus on an honest, intense release of your natural, inspired energy day after day. Develop the attitude that running your business is an extension of who you are in your soul. Even though money should not be the primary motivating factor of whatever it is you do, have a healthy respect for it. Learn about it, and when you make some, put it away for a rainy day. The paradox of selfishness. The paradox of selfishness is that by focusing on your own happiness, you become a happier person and often pass some of this happiness onto your fellow man, which is why I believe that the quest for happiness is not necessarily just a self-indulgent affair. It's to find what's good in life and do more of it, sharing it with other like-minded people who return the favor, inspire you back, and share their aesthetic, sensuous love of life with you. Happy people are more positive, energetic, kinder, compassionate, sociable, helpful, and loving than other people in general. So by seeking my own happiness, I often generate more energy than I need, which I use to pass on to the world, partially through my creative efforts and partially through my little life in my neck of the woods, where I seek out people like me who share my visions for a better life, such that we help inspire each other day by day, even though we're mature enough to know that at the end of the day, we all go back to our own lives, pursuing our own visions and fantasies of our own personal happiness. Just like Robert Browning said, "Make us happy and you make us good." I believe that my search for joy and hedonism in my life makes me a better person for me, for anyone I socialize with, and for humanity at large through my work, which comes from the inspiration I get by being happy. When you help others, you're helping yourself too, because it gives you inspiration and a sense of accomplishment and power. Help others get what they want through doing things that inspire you anyway. They give you money and friendship for your goods, services, or knowledge, while you're constantly renewing yourself, staying inspired about your life by helping them. You have to survive in the real world and earn a living, so why not maximize it by doing something worthy that comes from your soul? By doing the greatest thing you can imagine for yourself to help others, you reach that nobility and sense of inspiration within you that you can be proud of. This is the best way to be selfish. Strive to release what's great, inspired and powerful within you to help others to earn you your cash, so you can go off and pursue your carnal hedonistic pursuits along with your inspired pursuits to do something great with your life. Most of the great things created in this world were done by self-absorbed people who were more interested in doing the things that inspired them than anything else out in the world. Books about the psychology of good and evil are at #158.1 or BF789 at the library. Confidence is knowing yourself. When you know yourself, you have an inner wisdom. The rest of the world doesn't matter much next to it. You know you're doing the right thing with your life, following your true nature. You can't be manipulated. Read my book A Free Spirit Search for Enlightenment. Here's what conventional people say about being confident mixed in with my comments. Take the time to learn about who are in your pure essence away from cultural indoctrination. Use your imagination to see yourself as a powerful, strong, vital, inspired person. Set goals. Work on them little by little, day by day. Release the natural energy inside of you every day to match an inner standard you should feel within yourself of who you were born to be. There is really no such thing as changing. All you can do is honor your true nature. That's top enlightenment. Everything else is artificial psychobabble. No matter what, you will always have the negative emotions like aggression, jealousy, self-doubt, etc. Simply learn to control them. I do it by staying silent when I feel like telling someone to go to hell. The past doesn't matter. All that does is being who you were born with the natural potential to be. Understand yourself by figuring out what are the 2 or 3 things you really like to that are positive and inspired that you were doing at 5 years old. That's your life focus right there. Your parents were probably nice people, but they should be irrelevant to who you are. Your true nature has nothing much to do with how you were brought up. It just is. Don't try to control others. Master yourself. Forgive, forget, and feel free about it. Move on. Let go of baggage from the past so it no longer affects you. Respect your body. Exercise it. Read my health book. Have a calm demeanor. Teach yourself to be relaxed. It's okay to feel superior to others. Just be cool with your ego when you're around them. Find a purpose that inspires and motivates you and gives your life meaning. Enlightened people who know their true natures simply do not think negatively. Forget your weaknesses. Do what you like, which is your power and strength. Take risks. Challenge yourself every day to do tough, worthy things. Don't listen when someone tries to put you down. Simply make a point to avoid that person. Even if they want to be friendly, be cold with them from then on so they get the hint that you don't like them and don't want to be around them. You don't need approval or compliments. What other people say should not affect your inner being. Be friendly to strangers and people you like. Talk and listen. There are some people, particularly minorities and women, who are very extreme about anyone trying to get some advantage over them, which translates into them being constantly hostile and aggressive to everybody. A really cool, confident person doesn't have to win arguments or stand his ground. He just smiles, says okay, you're right, and walks away. You should intuitively sense what other people are feeling by looking at them and talking to them. Use your creativity to create your life every day. Don't care if others don't respect you. That's the way of life in the modern world. Everybody wants to be a big shot star, smart aleck punk. Be physically strong. Be emotionally calm. Culture your mind. Read my education book. Respect other people and be friendly unless they disrespect you, then avoid them. Confident people have no need to show off or impose themselves on others. They have high expectations of themselves based on their own standards. Live a peaceful life, purging your inspired energy. Your free spirit is who you are. It should never change. You should honor it by releasing that natural energy. You were created by God. He wants you to honor Him by being who He made you to be. Think of your life as a precious gift you will honor and cherish. Try to be loving. Love other people. If you can't, ignore them. Don't do anything bad to them. Love your life enough to do something positive for the world. Be patient. The world is the way it is. You always have to wait in lines. Chapter 4. Conventional Success Guide. Success in a capitalist world. The road to happiness lies in 2 simple principles: find what it is that interests you and that you can do well, and when you find it, put your whole soul into it, every bit of energy and ambition and natural energy you have. J.D. Rockefeller. You must be in business for yourself, you'll never get rich working for someone else. J.P. Getty, How to Get Rich. Success has a price tag on it, and the tag reads courage, determination, discipline, risk-taking, perseverance and consistency, doing the right things for the right reasons and not just when we feel like it. James M. Meston. Most barriers to your success are man-made. And most often, you're the man who made them. Frank Tiger. You must sow seeds before you become successful. You always reap what you sow. The greatest charity, therefore the greatest secret to success in life, is not to give a man charity but to give him the means to better his lot in life. This is the key to all success anywhere: help people help themselves live better lives. There are plenty of books on how to be a successful winner at number 155 to number 158 at the library, specifically #158.1 or BF637. I found a few books about rich people at #305.523 or HG222.3. At number 291 and number 299, you will find a spiritual type of inspiration books. Try #650.1089, #658.4 or HF5386 and E185 at the library for business success type books. Some characteristics of winners I gleaned through at least 50 books in the self-help area of the library are as follows. Help people get what they want and you will get what you want. There is only one success: to be able to live life in your own way. Walk to the beat of your own drum. To be successful, you have to serve others. There's never any guarantee that you will succeed at your current venture, which should be enough to always keep you humble. If you want to be successful, increase your rate of failure, which means live your life and do things regardless of the fear or risk involved. True failure is doing nothing at all, not trying to expand your boundaries. Have a deep purpose that you believe in that keeps you inspired. Act confident even if you aren't. Appeal to people's self-centered interests. Aspire to financial independence. Associate yourself with good people. Be able to deal with people. You need them to help you get wherever you want to go. Be a team player. Be a business owner or executive in a large corporation. As far as money goes, these are the people who have it. Be a leader. Be a pleasant person, give a little bit. Be a positive thinker. Look for the good in others and treat them that way. Be a visionary and dedicate yourself to your vision. Be creative. Be disciplined. Be enthusiastic. Be honest with people. Be realistic. Become an expert in your field. Be daring. Be honest, disciplined and believe in something. Be loving. Help others even if just for profit. Be positive in outlook. Be sympathetic to the plight of others. Be tolerant of the changing moods of others. Believe in yourself no matter what others throw at you or whatever your darkest hour is. Believe that you alone are in control of your life. Believe that you're a fascinating, interesting person. Pace yourself. Spread out your energy release throughout the day. Work hard then rest. Be more street smart than book smart. Be physically vital. Buy a bargain home that is reduced in price for the reason that it is easily maintained with no big lawns or extensive gardens to manage. Care about your talent. Control money, don't let it control you. Count your blessings. Create your own opportunities. Develop the habit of enthusiasm. Do not buy things on credit. Don't be addicted to consumerism, buying useless things you don't need. Don't be a know-it-all. Don't be jealous. Don't be putty to your emotions. Stay calm. Don't dwell on negatives. Don't expect overnight success. Don't follow the crowd. Blaze your own path. Don't get discouraged. Stay flexible. Don't let fear stop you from doing something. Don't live an extravagant life of material excess even if you can afford it. Don't display status symbols of success. It brands you with the worst label of all, vain and arrogant. Pride has destroyed more people than all the guns in the world. Don't exploit, humiliate, or insult others. Many so-called big shots do this only to end up alienated from everybody like Scrooge was. Don't put things off. Don't spend frivolously. Don't spread yourself too thin. Do one or two things very well. Don't use credit too much. Don't waste time doing nothing. Do things now. Do what you enjoy doing that earns money. Enjoy work, enjoy playing too. Feel worthy of your dreams. Focus only on the few things that really matter to you. Focus on your full potential. Focus on your main issue. Focus on your strengths and master them. Forgive yourself when you make mistakes. Get along with people. Get away now and then. Get into real estate. It's the safest way to get rich, much better than stocks unless you're an insider. Get over the attitude that you have to spend a lot of money in order to enjoy your life. Get rid of negative people. Give up immediate pleasure for success later. Give your wealth and time to people and it will come back multiplied. Go easy on yourself. Work hard. Have a creative mind. Have a high energy level. Have a lot of common sense. Have a faithful family behind you. Have a great agent or publicity machine if you're in that kind of business. Have an upbeat spirit. Have a plan for your life. Have a religious conviction. Have a sense of humor. Have a sense of divine mission in life. Have a strong and persistent desire to do something. Have a supportive spouse, somebody sincere, down to earth and honest over some glamorous fake in love with herself. Have a vision and go for it. Have courage and willingness to take a financial risk for a business idea you believe in. Have specific goals. Have the discipline for the work ethic. If it works, keep doing it. If you're a minority, ignore it. Help people and they will give you what you deserve. Ignore criticism or use it to inspire you, the I will show them attitude. Know about the realm of investments. Know exactly what you want. Know how to listen. Know when you should take a risk. Know your vocation. Keep learning about it. Knowledge is everything. Learn about money. Learn from failure. Learn from others. Learn from the school of hard knocks. Learn how to live with what you can't change. Learn the art of compromise. Like attracts like. You will attract who you are. Like what you do. Live a noble life true to yourself and you will have the greatest wealth, a happy mind. Live by truth, no delusions. Live a frugal lifestyle even if you're wealthy. Live well below your means. Location, location, location. Look at the man or woman in the mirror, know that you were born a good person, are a good person and do something with it. Love your work. Mind your own business. Minimize stress by appreciating life. Never doubt yourself. Persistence. Physical vitality. Pick a field that fits for you, not just the standard MBA of which there are thousands out there competing for the jobs. Pick a field where there's very little competition. Plan your day the night before. Practice, practice, practice. Provide a product or service that people need that has very few suppliers. In other words, pick the right business upfront that there's a market for. Don't just go with your romantic notions. Put people at ease. Rejection doesn't faze you because you know you're right. Save diligently. Save money if there's no need to spend it other than vanity. School performance is not as important as willingness to hustle for what you believe in. Simplify everything down to the core. Social skills are more important than a high academic intelligence. Speak and write well. Speak through your actions, not empty words. Well done is better than well said. Spend your time on your main vocation. Hire others to do your trivial tasks like compose your letters, do your research, paint your house, mow your lawn, etc. Stay focused on the prize. Be patient. Stay inspired. Subordinate your ego for the job. Success is preparation. Successful people are the courageous ones who take risks when everyone else is relishing in the comfort of complacency. Take action. Take it easy sometimes. Take risks. If you fail, it's just a learning experience. Success is the ability to sell your ideas/products to others. The power or weakness of your own thoughts will determine who you are. There's only one place where success comes before work, in the dictionary. Treat people like you really care about them. Give them freebies and breaks. Try to win-win with everybody instead of competing in a win-lose model. Use your potential or lose it. Use your imagination to get better. Visualize your success. You are the sum total of all your thoughts. You are what you think. You get better by gradual little steps. Your true character is revealed in how you deal with negative events. Success in a new age world. There are a lot of new agey, touchy-feely types around with their rules not about how to be successful in a capitalist world but about how to live a successful life, success defined by a general sense of happiness and well-being. In fact, this spiritual approach to life and success in business is in vogue nowadays. I'm suspicious of all these characters writing these books with their new agey sounding titles because I think most of them are insincere. They're just capitalists trying to capitalize on what they perceive as the latest trend. They don't live what they write about. They're parroting what they think are the cool, happening ways to be according to the vibe they get from the mainstream media, which is rife with all the supposedly cool people talking about following their passions and remembering their spirits but try to pin them down on the engine that is life or how to live day by day in an inspired mode, and they can't tell you beyond the gimmicky cliches like follow your passion, be something more, get a life makeover, get excited about your life, love the world and it will open itself up for you, surrender to God, etc. You can find these books at number 128, number 133, hashtag 150-159, number 291, hashtag 611- hashtag 613, hashtag 615.5 and hashtag 640.43 at the library. Some of these new agey rules of life are as follows. Success is a sense of inner certainty that you're doing something worthy and capable of fulfilling your life's purpose. As long as a man's inner nature remains stronger and richer than anything offered by external fortune, as long as he remains inwardly superior to fate, fortune will not desert him. The I Ching. Is my ambition driven by a desire to separate myself from others by being wealthier, having more status, or seeing myself as more superior? I accept what happens. I am enough. Relax. Without peace you have nothing. Listen to the beat of your own unique drum, that glorious voice the Lord put into you called your soul. Have a desire to change the world somehow for the better. Be a restless idealist always in search of something better to do to help people and improve the world. Have achievement disease, the desire to constantly outdo yourself through inspired pursuits. Be a team player. Culture friendship. Winners provide self-respect to themselves by earning it through hard work. Fakers use money, fame, admiration from others. Failure is something created by society. Mighty effort for what you believe in is the prize itself regardless of how the world treats it. All you need is love. Handle the life that comes your way. Have a sense of wonder and curiosity about life. Be enthusiastic and inspired. Dream but don't make dreams your master. Laugh because it's the greatest fountain of youth around besides sex and romance. No matter what, stay humble and thankful for your life. Enjoy your life. Don't get too stressed out. Live by the flow of inspiration within. Think with the simplicity of a child. Do your own laundry and other dirty work. Don't expect others to do it. Don't be loud and aggressive. Such people are vexations to the spirit. Love your work. Go to church. Pray to your God. Don't be prejudiced. Don't get too personal. Most people prefer to keep it relatively superficial. If you have children, Raise them well. Don't think too much. Enjoy your life. Live a balanced life. Do some work. Make your work your play and do something purely for play like sex, booze, dancing and singing. Treat yourself to what you like even if it's not good for you, like coffee and donuts. Don't compete. Cooperate. Don't have a big ego which needs to assert itself to others as to how special you are. Be happy with your soul as is. Don't do bad things like break the 10 Commandments. Don't irritate others by being too loud, too close, too smelly, too messy, etc. Be fair with everyone. Share your life and love with people and pets. If life is going good, take it for a fun ride while it lasts. Play at life. Give and you shall receive. Reap what you sow. Don't crave material things. Don't go too overboard on the health food, diet, exercise bit. Be nice. Listen to music. Don't get too caught up in the end of the world, doom and gloom prophecy. Respect people. If you feel like dancing, dance. Help out people in need on the side of the road broken down. The karma will come back to you. Don't be too patriotic. We're all from the same planet. Countries don't matter. If you feel like flying, fly. Help when friends and relatives ask. Go to a zoo and a musical performance every once in a while. Listen to your heart. Be happy with yourself. If you're a slob, so what as long as you keep it to yourself. Don't kill helpless insects. On summer evenings, take it easy. Try not to move, change houses, too much. Too much stress. Be positive. Deliver good news about life to others. Go out into nature and enjoy it. Be calm. Be good at heart. Live and let live. Haste makes waste. It's not about winning. It's about how you play the game. Positive, positive, positive. Personally, I don't believe in all the crap written about be positive. Will it so with good intentions and the world or the cosmic karmic grand Puba will smile down on you and grant you your wishes. This is a crock of crock. Positive intentions aren't enough. If they were, every starving artist would be a multimillionaire. You have to be intelligent about what you do by creating something people genuinely need, and you have to show results, not just good intentions. I feel that all these phony self-help gurus who charge outrageous prices for their seminars only to give you some formulaic generic shtick is a part of why we're a sick society. We enable these flakes by supporting them and pretending that they're wise people when they're really con artists trying to make money off stupid, gullible people. Anyway, here is the gist of the new agey, positive power diatribe. Focus on the good and loving, not the negative. Be an encourager/positive force. Be a giver. If someone doesn't have your best interest at heart, get rid of them. If someone disrespects you, get rid of them from your life. Get away from negative people who are always complaining about life. Don't waste time on limited people living limited lives by choice. Don't let loneliness make you feel so desperate that you hang around with losers. Find positive people to hang around with. Be positive. Wisdom from Old Man Ted. He has achieved success who has lived well, laughed often, and loved much, who has enjoyed the trust of pure women, the respect of intelligent men, and the love of little children, who has filled his niche and accomplished his task, who has left the world better than he found it, whether by an improved poppy, a perfect poem, or a rescued soul, who has never lacked appreciation of earth's beauty or failed to express it, who has always looked for the best in others and given them the best he had, whose life was an inspiration, whose memory a benediction. Bessie Anderson Stanley. Old Man Ted represents every know-it-all and self-proclaimed guru by virtue of writing a self-help book I've come across in my travels both in real life and through the media. I don't think any theory on how to be happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise comes close to my free spirit ideology, because I'm the only one who talks about the engine of your life, your essence as a human being and how you have to honor it every day by releasing your natural inspired, aesthetic, sensual, hedonistic and loving energy to reach your own inherent standard, all the time. Having said all that, I still read what the system-wise people say, both to get a laugh at the absurdity of it all and to get a very mild dose of novelty inspiration here and there. The reason I laugh is because I know that anything that anyone says but me about life doesn't work. All theories but mine are made up of discrete one-liners that don't tap into your soul as a human being, therefore will not work day after day because you have nothing to unify yourself in a holistic, constantly flowing sense, just tedious little steps, stages, guiding principles, etc. that all fade away after about a day. Nevertheless, I like to write the better life wisdom points of what I read so that I can write cheesy, generic articles like this that you can read and possibly get a mild dose of inspiration from. The following are all one-liner bits of wisdom that you might find useful or that you might think is a pile of dada. I'm just regurgitating what I find at hashtag 155-158 and number 170 at the library. No matter how good it reads, most of it will be a distant memory after 3 days, but sometimes you come across a sentence or thought that stays with you. I suppose that's why I still occasionally read these books and write these articles. Live in such a way that you feel like there's a camera on you where people can see your every move. Live as an eternal role model, like you want people to look at you as a stellar specimen of humanity. Success comes from hard work and inner discipline. Keep everything simple. Do what makes you feel good and relaxes you. It's all right to be sensitive and show it, especially for men. No matter what, be yourself. Be in touch with who you are. Be good, kind, and helpful to others. Listen to music to help stay relaxed. Do things for yourself. Don't get others like your spouse, kids, subordinates, etc. to do your trivial tasks. They will resent you for it unless you pay them well for doing it. Solitude is good to figure your life out. Life is a constant work in progress. Whatever you care about is who you are. Help others. If you love what you do, you'll be fine. Nobody's perfect. We're all still children underneath all our phony, grown-up facades. Everybody wants to be loved, lovable and loving. Love is caring about somebody. The people you love are probably the same people who make you angry at times, which is why you must forgive. Competition is largely a capitalist state of being. You don't have to play homie's game. A pet will help keep you loving. Be patient, modest, unassuming and even-tempered. Pause before you have the inclination to speak out in criticism or anger. Hopefully you won't say anything because all you do is arouse adversity. Your goal is to feel good with others, all the way from your family to people you've just met. Listen when people talk. Don't criticize. Accept people for who they are. You can only work on your dreams one day at a time. Channel all your anger and negative energy into becoming the person you want to be. Don't set high expectations because you're setting yourself up for a fall. Just do the best you can for its own sake day by day. Failure is a negative term for what is really a learning experience. It always comes down to heart and emotion. Respect people who are different from you. Good people attract good people. Listen to your heart. It's not what you own. It's what you do. Life should be the art of play.